Hi, you're driving up to your favorite fast food spot, already tasting that juicy burger or crispy fries in your mind. But when you pull in, the lights are off, the doors are locked, and a sign reads, "Permanently closed." Sound familiar? Well, it's happening everywhere. And the real reason behind it? It's not what you think. Fast food chains have been a cornerstone of American life for decades. Quick, cheap, and satisfying. But now, some of the biggest names in the industry are vanishing right before our eyes. From Burger King and McDonald's to TGI Fridays and Red Lobster, over 1,000 locations are shutting down nationwide. And it's not just a random phase. This is part of a massive shift in the fast food industry, one that could change the way we eat forever. So, what's going on? Are these closures a sign of economic collapse? Are customers simply moving on to healthier options? Or is there something deeper, something the big corporations aren't telling us? In this video, we're diving into 12 major fast food giants that are shutting down stores across America. We'll break down why these closures are happening, which brands are at risk next, and what this means for the future of fast food. Make sure to stick around until the end because some of these closures are happening in secret, and trust me, you won't believe who's next on the chopping block. Let's get started. 1. Burger King is one of the biggest names in fast food, but right now they're facing a massive crisis. Over 400 locations across the US are shutting down, and for many, it's happening without warning. So what's going on? First, franchise owners are struggling. Running a Burger King isn't cheap. The cost of rent, wages, and ingredients has skyrocketed. Some franchisees are going bankrupt, forcing them to close locations. Second, fierce competition. Let's be real, Burger King isn't as popular as McDonald's or Wendy's. Many customers say the food quality has gone downhill. Others complain about slow service and outdated stores. Third, corporate missteps. In the past, Burger King tried risky marketing strategies like the infamous Moldy Whopper ad. Instead of boosting sales, it turned customers away. But here's the twist. Burger King isn't giving up. They're investing millions into remodeling stores and improving service. They're also focusing on drive-thrus and digital orders. Will it work, or is Burger King on the path to extinction? McDonald's is the biggest fast food chain in the world. With over 40,000 locations globally, you'd think they're unstoppable. But even McDonald's isn't safe from store closures. In 2023, the company quietly shut down hundreds of underperforming locations across the US, and they're not stopping there. More closures are expected. So why is this happening? First, corporate strategy. Unlike struggling chains, McDonald's isn't going broke. Instead, they're removing weak stores and investing in high-performing locations. Their goal? Fewer, better restaurants. Second, the rise of automation. McDonald's is testing AI-powered drive-thrus and robot kitchens. Some locations have already cut staff. In the future, you might order from a fully automated McDonald's. Third, higher prices. Let's be honest. McDonald's isn't as cheap as it used to be. Customers have noticed that meal prices keep going up. Some people are skipping McDonald's altogether, but don't worry, McDonald's isn't going anywhere. They're shifting focus to digital orders, self-serve kiosks, and modernized locations. The real question is, will customers accept a McDonald's with fewer human workers and higher prices, or will people move on to competitors? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the fast food industry is changing fast. Let's move on to Wendy's, another major chain that's closing doors nationwide. Wendy's has always been known for its fresh, never frozen beef and its sassy social media presence. But behind the clever tweets, the chain is facing serious challenges. In 2023, Wendy's announced the closure of over 140 locations across the US, and more could follow. So, what's causing these shutdowns? Most Wendy's restaurants are owned by franchisees, independent business owners who operate under the Wendy's brand. But in recent years, many franchisees have struggled to stay afloat. High rent, increased labor costs, and expensive ingredients have made running a Wendy's location less profitable. Some franchise owners simply can't afford to keep their doors open. That's why we're seeing mass closures in certain areas. Let's be honest. Some Wendy's locations look stuck in the past. Customers expect modern, clean, and fast service, but many older stores haven't been updated in years. Wendy's is trying to fix this problem by remodeling select locations. But instead of upgrading all stores, they're shutting down the ones that aren't performing well. Wendy's has quietly raised prices on many menu items. A simple meal that used to be affordable now costs as much as a sit-down restaurant. Customers are not happy, and recently, Wendy's announced plans to test surge pricing, where menu prices change based on demand, just like Uber. This sparked major backlash. Will customers accept fast food with dynamic pricing? Many say absolutely not. What's next for Wendy's? Despite the closures, Wendy's isn't giving up. They're focusing on drive-through only restaurants, mobile orders, and AI-driven service. But with rising prices and fewer locations, will Wendy's survive in the long run? Only time will tell. Up next, KFC, another fast food giant closing stores nationwide. KFC, the king of fried chicken, is facing major changes. While the brand isn't disappearing, it is shutting down multiple locations, especially dine-in restaurants. Why? Because people aren't eating inside anymore. Fast food has changed. Customers now prefer drive-through, delivery, and mobile orders over sitting inside a restaurant. Since dine-in sales have dropped, KFC is closing its larger old-school locations and replacing them with smaller takeout-focused stores. Let's be real. KFC isn't the only fried chicken game in town. Brands like Popeyes and Chick-fil-A are taking customers away with better deals and faster service. KFC is struggling to keep up. The cost of chicken, labor, and rent has skyrocketed. Running a big dine-in restaurant is too expensive. That's why KFC is focusing on drive-through and digital orders instead. KFC is testing new store designs and pushing online sales. But will that be enough? With fewer locations and more competition, KFC's future is uncertain. Up next, Taco Bell, another fast food giant closing stores. Taco Bell, the chain famous for its tacos and innovative menu items, is also feeling the pressure as it closes down multiple locations across the country. This is part of a larger trend in the fast food industry where even the most popular brands are having to rethink their strategies in the face of rising costs and changing consumer habits. So why is Taco Bell shutting its doors? The answer lies in a mix of factors. Firstly, higher operational costs are a major concern. With the cost of ingredients, labor, and rent all climbing, some Taco Bell locations simply aren't profitable enough to justify staying open. These closures are primarily affecting underperforming locations in areas where sales have been sluggish, and the overhead is too much to handle. Another factor is the shift towards drive-through and delivery. More customers are choosing to order their tacos online or from their cars, and fewer people are dining inside. As a result, Taco Bell is focusing on smaller, more efficient locations that cater to drive-through orders and digital transactions. Despite the closures, Taco Bell isn't stepping away from the game. The brand is innovating with new technology and restaurant designs to attract customers in a more digital age. However, whether these changes will revive Taco Bell's momentum remains to be seen. Next up, we'll look at Subway, another chain facing a tough future with hundreds of locations closing down. Subway has been around for decades, known for its fresh, made-to-order sandwiches. But in recent years, the brand has been struggling to keep up with the times. Subway has been forced to close hundreds of locations across the U.S., and it's raising serious questions about its future, the main issue. Inconsistent quality. Subway is a franchise-based company, meaning each store is run by independent owners. While some locations deliver fresh sandwiches, others are hit or miss in terms of quality and service. This has caused customer trust to drop, and with more competition in the sandwich space, Subway is losing ground. Another big problem is changing consumer habits. Customers now want more convenience, and many are choosing brands like Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's for quick, high-quality sandwiches. Subway, on the other hand, is still trying to hold on to its old-school model of building sandwiches in-store. Finally, Subway's health-conscious image is getting challenged by newer, trendier, fast-casual restaurants. With health and sustainability becoming a priority for younger consumers, Subway has had a tough time adapting its menu to meet these demands. Despite these issues, Subway isn't backing down. The company is trying to rebrand and revamp its menu to appeal to modern tastes. But will it be enough to reverse the trend of store closures? That's something only time will tell. Next, we'll dive into Dunkin', another brand adjusting its strategy as it closes locations nationwide. Dunkin' has been a staple in the coffee and breakfast world for years, known for its iconic coffee, donuts, and quick service. But lately, even this beloved chain is feeling the pinch. Dunkin' is closing a number of underperforming locations across the United States as part of a larger strategic shift to adapt to changing consumer preferences. So, why is Dunkin' shutting down stores? The biggest issue is increased competition. Brands like Starbucks, local coffee shops, and even fast food chains like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A have been stealing Dunkin's customers with their own coffee and breakfast offerings. This has made it harder for Dunkin' to maintain its dominance in the market. Another factor contributing to the closures is Dunkin's reliance on franchising. While franchising has allowed the company to expand rapidly, it has also led to inconsistent quality and customer experiences across locations. Some stores are thriving, but others are struggling due to poor management or outdated facilities. Lastly, Dunkin' is adjusting to the growing trend of digital ordering. With more customers opting to order ahead on apps or through delivery services, Dunkin' is investing in online and mobile-focused stores while scaling back on traditional locations that don't meet these demands. Despite these challenges, Dunkin' remains a strong contender in the coffee and breakfast market, focusing on improving its menu and embracing new technologies to keep up with customer expectations. But will closing down underperforming stores and shifting focus be enough to keep the brand relevant in an increasingly crowded market? Only time will tell. Next up, we'll take a look at Pizza Hut, another chain making major changes to its footprint across the country. Pizza Hut, the iconic pizza chain, is undergoing a major transformation as it shifts away from its traditional dine-in model. Known for its deep dish pizza and casual dining experience, Pizza Hut is now closing down many of its dine-in restaurants in favor of delivery-only and carry-out options. So, why is Pizza Hut making this move? The main reason is changing consumer behavior. In recent years, customers have increasingly preferred to order pizza online and have it delivered to their doorstep rather than sit down in a restaurant. As a result, Pizza Hut's traditional dine-in locations have become less profitable and are no longer the focus of the brand. Another key factor is the rise of fierce competition from chains like Domino's and Papa John's, which have streamlined their operations to focus more on delivery and takeout, making it easier and faster for customers to get their pizza fix. Pizza Hut has struggled to compete with this speed and convenience. Additionally, maintaining large sit-down restaurants is costly, with rising rent, labor, and ingredient prices eating into profits. By closing these locations and focusing on smaller, more efficient stores, Pizza Hut can focus its resources on improving delivery times and menu innovations. While the closure of dine-in locations might disappoint some longtime fans, Pizza Hut is not giving up. The company is experimenting with smaller restaurant formats and new tech-driven features, such as online ordering and mobile apps to keep customers engaged. However, the question remains, will this shift help Pizza Hut regain its market share, or will it fall behind in the growing world of delivery-focused pizza chains? Only time will tell. Up next, we'll dive into Chipotle, a fast casual chain that's also making adjustments to its restaurant locations and overall business strategy. Chipotle has become a go-to fast casual brand, known for its fresh, customizable Mexican dishes. However, even this popular chain is feeling the squeeze as it closes down select locations across the U.S. and faces rising operational costs. So, what's causing Chipotle to pull back? The primary reason for these closures is increased operating costs. Over the past few years, Chipotle has seen a significant rise in the cost of ingredients, labor, and rising rent for certain locations. As a result, some underperforming stores simply aren't worth keeping open. Chipotle has made the difficult decision to focus on high-performing locations rather than maintaining stores that are no longer profitable. Another factor contributing to these closures is consumer habits shifting. More people are opting to order delivery or pick up their food through mobile apps, reducing the need for physical store spaces in certain areas. Chipotle has embraced these changes, focusing on locations that can better cater to online orders and digital transactions. Chipotle is also dealing with the competition from other fast casual chains, such as a Qdoba and local Mexican eateries, which are offering similar items at lower prices. This has put pressure on Chipotle to constantly innovate its menu and streamline operations. Despite these challenges, Chipotle isn't retreating from the market. The brand is doubling down on improving its delivery infrastructure, increasing menu offerings, and focusing on more efficient restaurant designs that cater to the big question is, will closing some stores and focusing on delivery help Chipotle maintain its spot as the leader in fast casual dining? Only time will tell. Next up, we'll look at Papa John's, another pizza giant making significant changes to its business model. Papa John's, one of the leading pizza chains, is also experiencing a wave of store closures across the U.S. While the brand continues to maintain a strong presence in the pizza market, it's facing challenges that are forcing it to close underperforming locations. So, what's behind these closures? The biggest issue Papa John's is dealing with is the intense competition in the pizza industry. Brands like Domino's and Little Caesars have been aggressive in providing faster service, lower prices, and innovative deals that have made it harder for Papa John's to keep up. As a result, some locations are seeing declining sales, especially in areas with lots of competing options. Additionally, higher operational costs, particularly in rent, labor, and food ingredients, have made it difficult for Papa John's to keep every store open. Many franchisees have had to make the tough decision to close their doors rather than continue facing financial losses. Papa John's is also working to streamline its menu and focus on improving delivery and carryout options. Like other fast food chains, the shift in consumer behavior towards online ordering and delivery apps has pushed Papa John's to prioritize locations that cater to these needs. They've been experimenting with smaller store formats and ghost kitchens to minimize costs and boost delivery efficiency. Despite the closures, Papa John's isn't backing down. The brand continues to innovate with new menu items like the Papa Bowls and is investing in better technology for online orders. But the question remains, will it be enough to keep Papa John's competitive in an increasingly crowded and cost-conscious pizza market? Only time will tell. Next up, we'll discuss Jack in the Box, another fast food giant closing locations and shifting its focus. Jack in the Box, a fast food chain famous for its tacos, burgers, and late-night menu, is also making big moves by closing down unprofitable locations across the U.S. While Jack in the Box remains a popular choice for many, especially for its 24-hour service, these closures indicate that not all is well in the fast food world for the brand. So, why is Jack in the Box shutting down stores? The main reason lies in declining sales and the increasing cost of operations. The fast food industry is becoming more competitive, and Jack in the Box faces pressure from other chains like McDonald's, Wendy's, and Taco Bell, which offer similar menu items at competitive prices. With rising ingredient costs and labor shortages, maintaining locations in low-traffic areas has become less profitable for the brand. Additionally, consumer preferences are shifting. More customers are opting for healthier options or turning to other chains that are seen as offering better quality or service. Jack in the Box, known for its extensive menu, is struggling to keep up with the demand for health-conscious meals. Many locations are seeing slower traffic, especially as younger consumers lean towards healthier, fast casual dining options or digital-focused restaurant concepts. Jack in the Box has responded by improving its menu, offering new items like the sauced and loaded fries, and upgrading technology in stores to cater to online orders and delivery services. But the question remains, will closing unprofitable stores and adjusting their menu be enough to keep Jack in the Box relevant in a fast food world that's rapidly changing? Only time will tell. Next, we'll take a closer look at Hardee's, another chain closing down select locations. While the closures of fast food giants across the U.S. might seem like just another piece of corporate news, there are some lesser-known facts and surprising events surrounding these changes that many people don't realize. These hidden details give us a deeper understanding of how the fast food industry is changing and why it's so important for these brands to adapt. One of the most surprising developments in the fast food world is the rise of ghost kitchens. These are kitchen spaces that operate without a physical storefront. Brands like Pizza Hut and Papa John's are testing ghost kitchens in high-demand areas to reduce costs and focus solely on delivery orders. These kitchens allow companies to serve more customers without the overhead of maintaining a full restaurant. It's a game-changing move that's reshaping how food delivery works. Many fast food chains are doubling down on tech innovations like AI-powered drive-thrus and digital ordering systems. For example, McDonald's has been experimenting with automated kiosks and robotics to serve customers faster and more efficiently. Some locations are even using AI to take orders through drive-through lanes, predicting what customers want based on past orders. This could mean fewer employees and even faster service, but it also raises questions about job loss and the future of the fast food workforce. While many customers are familiar with the classics, fast food chains are constantly reinventing their menus to attract new customers. Did you know that Taco Bell once had a beefy crunch burrito that was discontinued despite being popular, or that Subway experimented with cookie dough pizza in certain regions? These limited time offerings often surprise customers, but sometimes they don't live up to expectations, leading to menu cuts and store closures. Fast food chains are often blamed for contributing to the global obesity crisis, but did you know that many brands are now trying to rebrand themselves as health conscious? Chains like Chipotle and Subway are incorporating healthier options, offering bowls, salads, and low-calorie meals to appeal to a more health-conscious consumer. It's a surprising twist, as brands that were once synonymous with junk food are now positioning themselves as better-for-you choices. You might be surprised to learn how social media trends and cancel culture have affected fast food menus. For example, in 2020, Chick-fil-A faced backlash over its past donations to anti-LGBTQ organizations, leading to a decline in sales and store closures in certain areas. Similarly, Papa John's faced a public relations crisis after its founder made controversial remarks, leading to a change in leadership and a refocus on rebuilding the brand. Public perception can have a powerful influence on the survival of fast food chains, even if the changes aren't always visible. Another surprising fact is the domino effect that occurs when a single fast food location closes down. If a restaurant struggles in a particular area, it can create a negative perception that leads to more closures nearby. Customers may view the chain as failing or losing popularity, causing a ripple effect across other locations. This is especially true for franchise-based chains like Subway and Wendy's, where franchisees might decide to cut their losses and close multiple stores in a single region. These lesser-known facts highlight just how much the fast food industry is evolving, especially in response to new consumer demands, technological advancements, and social trends. Fast food chains can no longer rely on the same business models that worked in the past. They need to innovate, adapt, and be aware of changing market conditions if they want to survive. The fast food industry is undergoing a massive transformation, and these closures are just the tip of the iceberg. As we've seen, giants like Taco Bell, Subway, and Papa John's are grappling with rising costs, shifting consumer preferences, and fierce competition. While some chains are adapting with tech innovations and reimagining their business models, others are facing the reality that their traditional approaches no longer work in today's fast-paced, digital-first world. But even with these challenges, the future isn't all doom and gloom. Many of these chains are making strategic changes, focusing on delivery, streamlining operations, and experimenting with new menu items to stay relevant. The question is, will these adjustments be enough to keep the fast food giants afloat, or will we see more closures in the years to come? One thing's for sure, the fast food landscape is changing, and it'll be fascinating to see which brands thrive and which ones fade away. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Stay tuned for more insights into the food industry, and remember, change is always on the menu. If you've made it this far, you're clearly just as fascinated by the changing world of fast food as we are. So, here's your chance to get involved. Like this video if you found these surprising closures and facts interesting. Comment below and let us know. Do you think these chains will bounce back, or is this the beginning of the end for some of your favorites? Which fast food giant are you going to miss the most? Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest trends, food news, and more content just like this. We'll keep you informed and entertained. And if you're craving something now, maybe it's time to grab a quick bite. Thanks for watching.